I was incarcerated, a hidden victim from the system, unable to grieve or advocate. The rights of all persons, including the prisoners, were ignored. The system proceeded with Antonio's estate and legacy without notice to me, denying me the fundamental fairness guaranteed by the 14th Amendment. They severed my last legal connection to my son, and the trauma of that exclusion compounded grief no system accounts for. Starting at 10 cents an hour. How do you pay child support when the state pays 10 cents an hour? If you don't, you can't. The wage is a design feature, not a bug. 10 cents an hour, $20,000 debt, counterclaiming. Prison commissary price list. I was earning nothing, yet my child support arrears continued to pile up, reaching $20,000 or more on average on me. Massive debt created by the state's own policy isn't just a financial burden. It's a weapon. The system creates poverty and then uses the poverty as justification to permanently punish you, reducing any incentive to find honest work upon reality. Permanent control, financial trap, overdue bills, past due scam. Some states, before recent federal rules, barred modification entirely, treating my incarceration as voluntary unemployment, stealing the trap. Violation. Legal notice was stamped returned over locked doors. There's no notice of hearings concerning the state. This is a corporate legal violation. My attorney, had I been able to retain one, would I have been able to been obligated to argue my due process rights were violated, preventing a hearing from proceeding without my participation. And my attorney, had I been retained one, would have been obligated to argue my due process rights were violated, preventing the hearing from proceeding. The law requires specific steps to notify incarcerated parents, certified mail, document, and send proof of service. When the court proceeds without ensuring my participation, especially when dealing with my property interests, my son's estate, the court takes the risk of an erroneous deprivation. That risk became reality. Due process, notice, plus opportunity to be hard. The state's strict obligation was to notify me they failed, whether intentionally by withholding correspondence or systematically by prioritizing speed over my rights. The appeals wall. Okay, here we go. Wide shot. Let's go back. Oh. I would like to show you the trap if I could, but next I end up having all that. But this is the genius of the trap. Okay, I'll just tell you that. I was excluded from attending the state based on a debt. It's a weapon. A debt weapon. But that exclusion, that injustice, is precisely what I'm boxed around challenging. Debt, exclusion, no standing, can't appeal, debt remains. Camera. Pay attention now. The financial ruin created by the system at re-entry immediately becomes a jurisdictional barrier. I lack the standing, the funds, and the timeline notice necessary to appeal. Circular logic ensures the system's errors are irredeemable, effectively protecting the original injustice and shielding the actors involved from accountability. The weight of the debt becomes an ultimate expression of institutional control. The final lock on the prison door. I've seen locked doors, legal documents marked dismissed, empty courtrooms. It's a betrayal. I had an old photo of me and Donald when I was young, and you find me after a fight or something like that. Never had a fight with men, never, until I asked him what if he stole my money. Threw me out. The betrayal by Dawn cuts deeper because it happened during a period of extreme vulnerability, while I was grieving, isolated in a cell, legally silent, broke, slowly dying. The person with whom I shared a lifelong trust allegedly used this crisis of my worst having ever in my life, the worst crisis ever, with financial gain, with malice and sin. To prove this financial exploitation and influence, the court must look at specific tactics, encouraging dependency, actively pursuing finances, exploiting my legal isolation. So to prove this financial exploitation, the undue influence, the court must look at the specific tactics, encouraging dependency, effectively pursuing, procuring finance, exploiting my finances, exploiting my legal isolation. This is not an act of negligence. This is an alleged substitution of Donald's judgment for mine in a legal matter concerning my son's legal issues. The state created the conditions of my powerlessness. Donald allegedly exploited them. The state created the conditions of my powerlessness. Donald allegedly exploited them. The verdict. This isn't just a story of individual tragedy. It's a matrix of laws, policies, and institutional practices working in perfect tandem. The low wage created poverty. The poverty created debt. The denial of notice created exclusion. The debt ensures that I couldn't fight back. We are not fighting a failure. We are fighting architecture. The only solution is to dismantle this machine. One policy, one piece of evidence at a time. So my master narrative baseline document. That's what I'll be talking about in the next one. It holds my whole life. Everybody's gonna want me. Telling me to lock in your whole life. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. At Ronald I6CAE dot. There's a period at the end. My YouTube channel. Leave me a message.